Alrighty, folks, we are back in it, and welcome to another session of our Out of the Abyss. I am your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our wonderful players today. If you guys want to say hey, you can.
Hey, you can.
Hello there.
And happy holidays, because we are the day after Christmas, so I hope everyone had a good one. And yeah, let's get into the game. And last we left off, let's do that thing where we talk about what happened last time before we get into what's going to happen this time. So yeah, last time, after the events in the market within Blingden Stone, you were taken to the Ruby in the Rough, the temple to Segojan Earthcaller, god of the deep earth and nature, for the gnomes. It was here you spoke to the priest and were allowed access to the catacombs beneath to lay the hand of Pelik, the ghost you had met, to rest. Two unique things happened here. The first, Weller thought maybe Jimjar's earrings could also be buried here, and found a unique shimmer of gold vein, one that looked similar to Jimjar, but with a long, fanciful mustache. Seemed appropriate, but as Weller buried the golden earrings beneath it, his mustache also curiously turned gold. The other thing was when you buried the hand of Pelik, a ghostly figure appeared of an old gnomish priest, thanking you for doing an honor to his brethren. He also asked if you could aid him with some others who need to be laid to rest. In exchange, he would answer a question for each task, as much as he could. You all agreed and possibly agreed, and were escorted to a tavern and inn, the Foaming Mug, and you were greeted rather well by the innkeeper here, Tappy Foamstrap. Love to hear about the adventures outside Blingden Stone, eager to share with others, no doubt. But you got some rest here. One of you had a midnight caller in the form of a dream ghost. Plenty of ghosts going around here, I guess. Jimjar. But you got some well-earned rest and actual nice beds for once. And in the morning, you checked out one of the ghostly priest's charges in the residential caves. A haunting had been going on here, and a spirit needed to be exorcised from the premise. Not too difficult a task, but a poltergeist seemed to have immense strength. With a clever amount of waterfall, you spotted it and, well, got rid of it. Once the task was complete and gathered several rubies from the area, you wanted to check out some speaking stones that caught your eye before checking out the other task set before you. Seeing an area where dirt was scattered along some large stones, you met with another priest dedicated to Caladuran's Smooth Hands, Gurnik Tapfingers. Mentioning your interest in an abandoned district of the city, she mentioned that it was cursed by an evil rock demigod, Ogremok. She wanted to restore it. You guys planned to head that way anyway, so you offered your help. Somewhat. And she gifted you with instructions and offered further assistance should you complete the task of restoring a very sacred site to her deity. Now armed with some knowledge about the burrows of Rockblight, you headed to the staging area outside of it. You see a handful of gnomes, about a dozen of them, all armed, and about 4 or 5, we'll say 5, large badgers, also covered in dirt, kind of standing at the ready. Some of them being ridden, or a couple of them being ridden, and a couple other just kind of being led around, sniffing the area. As, yeah, you would see about a dozen guards, and there is a blocked area, which looks to be kind of a hastily made gate at this site here. I would say also in the distance to the east, to the right of this cave, or to this entrance, you would hear some clattering of, sounds like metal, along with a little bit of dirt hammering, kind of echoing to the east here. But a familiar sound that you kind of heard frequently when you were in Gracklestug. Sounds of forges and stuff. But The gnomes eye you and have your attention.
Do any of the gnomes look like he might be adorned as an authority figure, or are they all clad basically the same?
You would notice one of them seems to have a helmet on. It's more of a, like, fancy stylized skull cap than a helmet. It might have a little bit of metal and stone within it, but mostly cloth. You could call it a helmet. Kind of like a coif. He also has a big sword on his back.
Did any of you wish to handle this, or shall I?
Be my guest.
Dusk will look back at everyone with that not amused cat glare, which, to be fair, is what they do half the time anyway. He's going to approach the gnome in the skull cap.
All of the other kind of guards here kind of stand to attention as you do. Ready, not like grabbing for their weapons immediately, but you can tell that they are moderately trained and wary of strangers. But approaching this gnome, looks up at you. Alright, what do you want? What are you doing?
Sort of give like a half respectable bow and say, my companions and I have been tasked with the honorable Tapfingers to enter the Rock Blight and complete a task at her behest.
Oh, what you want to go in there for? For the priestess?
Yes.
Alright, kind of scratches his head.
We hope that when we return, the Rock Blight will not be as hostile. It seems you are mounting a defense. Maybe this will make that better.
Alright, that we are. I mean, yeah, you can enter at your own risk, but I'll warn
We
you.
understand.
It is dangers in there.
What
Don't-
threats have you observed?
Oh, usually we'd have a rock elemental or two, but fear of them getting too close to it makes them go mad. Not something I'd want to be around. A raging rock golem, elementals, and all that. Danger there automatically, especially with a place with plenty of them. What? Probably the biggest warning I'd give. Had a couple of scouts. Some didn't make it back. You've ever heard of a Medusa?
Dusk will kind of stay blank-faced at that. I would assume he probably has.
Yeah, it's like urban folklore kind of stuff. Why not?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, well,
Fighting them directly is suicide.
yeah. There's one in there. And we don't know where. It's quite dark. Even with a little bit of lights from the crystals every now and then. You just never know when it's there. I haven't seen it myself, obviously. But I'd like to get rid of it. So if you're in there and you see where its lair is, let us know if there's anything useful about there. And we'll eventually send a party and, well, of course, you all look like you're adventurous, eh? Random sorts.
Of sorts.
Not saying you got to, cause, plain mind would run if they heard about it. Knew if they were gonna encounter it. But if you do get rid of it for us, well, we'd be all the thankful for it. Might even give you a fancy gem or two as he pulls out a massive diamond. Yeah. Or even give you this thing, if you, of course, killed a Medusa. I need proof of it, though.
Well, being forewarned about it definitely is advantageous.
Yeah, of course, and as I said, if you or your companions find anything about the Medusa, I'll be willing to pay, a little small sack of gold for anything useful. But,
Well, we will certainly share any information we uncover.
alright, that's good, good. So you got one of our own tagging along with you?
Yes.
And Turvey just kind of nods. Right, yeah, I'm going in with them. We're friends. Makes good to have good friends. Yeah. Hope you make it out of there. Hope you get whatever the priestess wants done. And,
Nod to him.
the gates will be closed behind you. Locked hard. So you won't be making a hasty exit. Takes a
Is
while to
there
open
any
it.
sort of preferred signal or knock on the gate that you would prefer when we
Or
return? No, it's
probably
us.
just call out your names. I'm Sark Axbarrel, by the way.
I am Thunder at Dusk.
Sure that means something in your tongue?
It does.
What about your quiet companions back there?
Yes. They are quite shy.
One guy's just waving dopely.
He just kind of eyes you all singly for a moment. Alright. Give us a moment, we'll get the gate open. Beware, there's plenty of cave-ins as well. Not a bad thing. Kind of blocks off bad things coming out.
But I imagine doesn't do anything to help against the elementals.
Right. Yeah, that too.
Yes. Well,
There's strange rat magic that way, so they deal with that.
I see. Well, whenever you and your guards are able to open the gate, we're at your disposal. And
Yeah.
kind of walk back to the group.
I just kind of nod and kind of turn to the others. Alright, lads. We're opening the gate. And they start to... The badgers kind of get tied up to the gate to help open it and, like, pull it. It takes a few minutes, so if you guys have anything you want to say or do in preparation before entering the Rock Blight, now's your chance.
So apparently there's a Medusa.
Medusa and Earth Elemental sounds exciting.
What's a Medusa?
Sounds lovely.
So, from what I know of Earth Elementals, they often aren't dispatched by traditional weaponry. So whatever magic we have to bear is probably smart. Then look down at Fun Guy. A Medusa is a mythological creature that its gaze can turn you to stone. If we
Okay.
encounter it,
Bad.
avert your gaze, but know that you won't be safe. They're known to be fierce archers and deadly in combat. If the tales are to be believed.
As long as you don't look at it directly, you should be fine.
Yes. My my master at the where I was trained would often say, poke him in the eyes. He claimed to have dispatched many of them, and he probably has, but I never knew when to take him seriously.
So if it can't see you, it can't hurt you?
Well, it has other ways of hurting.
Okay.
If we engage it, we need to dispatch it with all due haste. Unless one of us has a magical means of blinding it or something, and he'll kind of look over at the casters. Like,
I can't blind her, but I can make
I
her
think I
possibly
blinded
not move.
Did pick up a nifty little darkness spell at some point.
oh,
Might come in handy.
it might. Although it would handicap us as well. But,
So does averting our gaze from her.
well, maybe not those of us that are soul bound to the eternal abyss, but I don't know how the gaze would work. I don't know if seeing her or if she would need to see us.
You can give me a Arcana check if you want.
Yeah. That's a really picky detail. I don't know if any of us would know that one. Did you say make an Arcana roll?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not very good at that. As he brings it up, one of you other people might want to think about that.
If I can make an Arcana check, I would.
Sure.
I think about it.
I mean, you're an evil devil. You should.
I don't
know
do any
about
good.
it.
Yeah, there's no way
Come on.
to know anything about these things, so
Oh,
I'm gonna play with that one.
With a
Very good.
17, okay.
Yeah, they look at you and you turn to stone. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah, I don't think the shadow of the darkness is gonna help us out here.
well, it
Even
might.
if, even with me seeing through the through the darkness, if I look at her, I'll still turn to stone.
No, if she looks at
But
you.
she can't see you if she
Right.
is in darkness.
But if her eyes are looking directly at you, even if she can't see you,
Yeah.
you can see her eyes.
I would say you would know if you have to lock gaze with them, you know.
Yeah.
We had her in
I
I
would
think
say
it probably
it's a
said-
gamble.
I could
It
still
probably says a target she sees. So,
Wait, look in the chat.
we could try
are you able
I
to
still
do
have the
that?
scroll of hold person. Hold her, stick her in the darkness, and then just blast her.
If Rincewind is able to pull that off,
Yeah, I got that one too.
okay, so we do have some potentials for dealing with it, other than
Yeah,
just
there's
running
something
in
weird
and
about it though. For
hacking
some
it up.
reason, the save DC that I have for it is absurdly low.
It didn't
I-
add your ability modifier.
I had to adjust a few of my DCs manually too for
Yeah.
like stunning strike and stuff. You know, it's still not 100%.
Your
but it was
blindness
minor.
this is a wisdom save though?
I
Because
think
mine's
it
a
is a
con
wisdom.
save.
Should be a con save. I thought switching it to wisdom would bring it up, but I have it as con. It switched
Yeah.
it back to con, and I'm still at 11. And it should be 15.
Well, if we have the ability to weaken its constitution before we throw that, that's worth thinking about too.
Have we ever had any ways of doing that to things?
Hex.
There's a few ways.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we utilize them though. Mind sliver, stuff like that.
What the hell are we doing?
Yeah,
actually making a
Hex,
plan
Mind
for-
Sliver. I could do a hex on her.
Hex doesn't help with saves.
Saves, it's ability checks,
Oh.
which could still be useful in some aspects.
Yep.
But anyway, I think we just need to be prepared to bring these resources to bear. But if there are mad elementals, just keep in mind a lot of things don't really hurt them.
Oh,
Obviously, Dusk is not going to sit here and list them off the sheet because that's
Mm-hmm.
metagaming. But anyway,
oh, actually, before we go any further, I meant to do this last time. I have the 4 carrion crawler mucuses. I think for how to do them, let me give one each to Weller and Rincewind. Give one to Dusk, but I don't think they can really be applied to Dawn.
No.
This way, if we want to try hitting her with
Dusk
one of
can
these.
poison things if he needs to.
Yeah, I figure you don't want to try putting it on your claws either.
I mean,
Just goes for an errant scratch and
and then he has to sit there and punch himself and waste focus points. All right. Also, the captain or the leader of the gate did warn us that there are cave-ins. So be prepared to move quickly.
All right, but yeah, so I am reducing my inventory of that one. And
Okay.
Rincewind, Weller can each add one.
Well, as you're starting to prepare yourselves and talk amongst yourselves, you can see that there's 2 gates in there. One of them's like 30 feet in, this narrower tunnel, maybe 10, 15 feet wide. And then there's the second gate would be in there, is opened. And know who you're speaking to. Gate's open. We're not leaving it open for long. Go on,
Let's go.
if you want.
Wise. We'll start to head in. As we walk into the cave, should we go in with a light source, or do you wish to be more covert?
how illuminated is the cave? Are there torches?
You
or
can
anything
see
like that?
the occasional dim light of crystals beyond, but for the most part, it's much darker. There's no braziers being lit. There's no sounds of life that you can hear, at least yet. But it's dim, if anything, and only small patches. The occasional crystal illuminating certain areas.
All right. I'll pull a arrow out of my quiver and cast light on the arrowhead
All right.
and hold it up.
Dusk bringing dawn out.
Yeah, I'll put Dawn at her lowest level of illumination.
Okay.
And also send to her that this will be exceedingly dangerous. And if she does sense anything unusual or untoward, to alert me.
Oh yeah, she would just kind
Need
of
to be
tell you,
careful.
sanctifying a sacred place, ridding of ghosts, yes. A just and useful task. I will dash my fears.
Send to her that she's been invaluable thus far, and I'm sure she will continue to be.
If she kind of blushes in your mind a little bit, and the light gets a tiny bit brighter for a brief moment as you step forward into this oppressive area. Gates quickly, they're closing a lot quicker than they were being opened, but immediately you're met with the occasional dripping of water, ruined what looks like openings along the walls in here, and just dim light, darkness for the most part. But looks like to the east of here, or to the west would be a cave-in that you can clearly see. Big area of a cave-in has just collapsed any of the street here. But to the east, you would see a small pool of water and a tunnel that continues onward.
And Tap Fingers did say to the east, correct?
He didn't say exactly where everything is in here. It's just to the east is the only way you can go from here. But you would assume it's probably some tunnels.
Okay. I will be thankful when I do not have to daily look at a tunnel.
It'll be a while.
And incidentally, if I do not make it out, the password at the gate is my name.
And we'll make sure we all come out of this. We haven't come this far for nothing.
Indeed. We will slowly make our way,
All right.
keeping an ear out and a foot out for cave-ins.
What's your marching order? If any.
Is Rincewood just using the arrow as a kind of like a torch?
Basically.
Okay.
I'd say Casper's probably be in the front a little bit, since he can see pretty much almost normally with a devil's sight.
I was gonna say if we want to stagger the order, if Dusk wants to be up there,
Mm-hmm.
Weller with his dark vision, I'll maybe be third.
I'll be in the back because I can see the farthest in the dark.
And you have we'll have a balanced light source to
Yep.
help hopefully reduce surprises.
Okay. Fair enough. As you're traveling along, going down this tunnel, seeing just broken stone, rubble, and scattered debris of what was once probably a thriving area of the city. I would like Casmus to give me a dexterity save. With a 15, you would hear a sudden click as the area beneath you collapses, Casmus. Give me another dexterity save.
Can I attempt to grab him?
I'll give him advantage on this dexterity save as you try to grab him, because you're right next to him. Or behind him. With a 12. Unfortunately, in this large area, the entire area in front of you, with Casmus in it, collapses about 20-25 feet down to a wide ravine. That's maybe about 15 feet wide, just enough to fall down in. It's definitely like a triangular fashion, like someone just dug a spike into the ground and shoved it, but a heavy, deep spike. Casmus, you unfortunately take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you go tumbling down to this crevice that immediately just appears out of nowhere. The ground gives way and you just fall down. Tumbling.
Ouch.
Go down after him.
Easily done. It's not like it's steep, but it is climbable and a little bit walkable. It's just enough to be a nuisance.
Oh, I'm showing off and jumping down.
Oh, absolutely.
As I sort of float down a little bit, I'll help him up, dust him off.
Thanks. I wasn't expecting that one.
So yes, what's disturbing is I don't think this was an accidental cave-in.
No, I don't think it was.
Look
I didn't
around.
hear a
Is
little
there-
click.
Yeah, is there anything else down there?
Give me a perception check.
Mm-hmm. $19.
All right, with a 19. Yes, actually. You notice a peculiar set of stones poking up out of the ground. And like what looks like little digging marks of lines, like stretching to the walls as if they were string. They're not string, but it looks like little just indentations along the ground. And then they kind of run up the walls a little bit where you can see holes in the wall. Clear trap if you were to knock over any of those smaller stones that are jutting out.
Yeah. Point to them and look at Casmus. I'd avoid those.
They're about like 40 feet away from this location.
Right. We're gonna have to get back up. I'll see if I'm not sure if I can climb. I'm not that good climbing unless we.
Walk up to Casmus and throw him over my shoulders.
Fair enough.
Climb up.
Can
Are you
easily.
doing it like a towel over your shoulder? You're doing a proper fireman carry, or
He's just
I need at least one quad,
unceremoniously.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, unceremoniously.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's easy the rest of you guys to either jump over or climb down and up. It's not like it's the world's greatest pit. It's like a divot in the ground that just goes deep enough to not be fun.
When Dusk sets Casmus down, he's going to look at the others and say, that was obviously a trap. And look around for the trigger that he would have stepped on.
It collapsed with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like there was a trigger on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah, I did hear that little click down on the other side.
So now we need to be aware of those.
So we have Medusa, elementals, and traps.
Sounds
Come on.
like it.
Yeah, it's a standard day for us.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Proceed with
continue.
Caution.
can fungi move up front and then at least with my staff, just kind of like walking stick it in front, trying to keep an eye out for any other one of these floor traps.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dusk will move back behind Fungi, but he's going to remain close.
Okay. And
That's
the
small.
areas here are wide, like maybe 30, 40 foot wide caverns. It's not like this is a, heck, even someone like maybe 70 foot wide cavern. Like it's not, this is like a wide street. This is a thoroughfare. It's not narrow tunnels. This is a wide area.
So me and Casmus can go side by side.
Absolutely.
I'll put my hand up and I'll just hold his hand while we walk.
I mean, Casmus can see, but he can't really do anything much. He can still tell you if there's anything in front of you directly.
Is
Absolutely.
anyone else concerned about what would have set a trap down here?
It seemed very well constructed. I'm no expert, but maybe gnomish. It may be old. Or not.
Quite possibly. But as you continue avoiding the areas that Dusk points out and checking further. Eventually, every step in here echoes against walls beyond your circle of light. Air in here is cold, damp. You can hear waterfalls somewhere in the blackness beyond, along with faint echoes of battle. You see no movement, but you do hear movement. And all of it everything's just so still, aside from the noises you hear. And you can see remnants of homes jutting out from the walls in here, kind of half made into the walls of this cavern. Broken Zerkwood furniture and doors and other heavy buildings that are all but collapsed. A small pool of water rests in this area. And kind of near it, looking at a column of stone, you'd see, only when it really gets within your light, as it kind of goes around this column, a gnomish figure. Bald hair, aside from bushy eyebrows and beard, looking up at the stone, grumbling something, wandering around this column. In the water, which looks shallow, like maybe a foot or two.
So he's just waiting around, waiting around in it.
Yeah. And looking up at the stone column in front of him, surrounded by broken buildings, or remnants of them, which are half buried in water themselves, or, sitting out of them.
Did we at any point get the impression that we were going to come across the inhabitants?
No. So that's like what, nipple deep to him?
It's up to his waist.
What's that guy doing?
Sort of mutter quietly. There are bound to be other ways to this area of the city, not just that gate.
I mean,
I kind of got the feeling that the area down here was a bit corrupted. What would bring
Well,
individuals down here?
shall we find out? Just be ready for.
I wonder if he's one of those other smart guys, like the lizard man was. Maybe he's just another studier.
Society of Brilliance guy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we fan out and somebody go up and talk to him.
Dusk will look at the others and he'll immediately put his finger on his nose.
I'll go. And Fungi will start walking out.
oh, I'll be beside him. Casmus would cast invisibility on himself and
But Fungi
Okay.
is still holding his hand, so Fungi's
No.
just got to say
no, and then he would stay a little further out, but close to Fungi.
Okay, trying to stay out of the bright light
Mhm.
of the others.
Yep.
As I go out to the water, I'm gonna keep poking out at it.
Yeah,
with this-
absolutely.
Just in case anything's just gonna don't
What
engage it.
are the rest of you guys doing? Just staying back?
Yeah. Stay sort of towards the entrance of the area. How far away is this pool from where we sort of came into sight of it?
Like maybe 30 or so feet.
I just want
Yeah.
to make sure I'm within easy striking distance. All right.
Same. Weller just kind of fans out, maybe a little bit towards a wall. Not quite on it, but just in a defensive posture.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't-
You
Uh,
approach the water, stick out. Looks wet.
I'll start walking in towards him.
With the little
Hi.
splash, and you say hi. He quickly turns to you, eyes wide. So wide it looks inhuman. His skin quickly flashes from blue to green to pale black and back to a light, translucent blue as he screams out, "They're coming! Everyone must hide!" As he looks to you and his body twists and contorts. I will need... I don't know if everybody's within range. I'm going to bring you to a map. I'm going to try to bring you to a map. Aha, I was hiding it. And I think... Does that look about right? I will need everyone to give me a wisdom save.
Boo.
Uh,
11.
Just need one from Turvy and Rincewind. Wow. Dusk, next to you, you can tell that Rincewind's hair gets a couple of streaks of gray in it. As Rincewind, you are now, if you'll roll me a d4. His skin gets a little wrinklier as he is 40 years older.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Oh God.
And we're going to roll initiative. And both Rincewind, Dusk, and Turvy are frightened.
this is what happens when I go try to play face.
Inevitable.
I was just imagining you up here, stick out, just the song lyric. Never made it as a blind man.
Hopefully, none of us are gonna
Act like rolling.
become
Nothing
die of old age.
When you click on your initiative roll,
Yeah, so 19 plus 5, 24. We had problems with my initiative last session, didn't we?
I think so. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Who are we missing on here? We're
Yeah,
missing...
it's not letting me roll.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna roll d20 and I get a +4.
Yeah, same problem.
Well, for 12. Not bad. You all go before the ghost. As Dusk, you're up first. You're frightened. What are you doing? You can't move closer to the ghost.
Pretty sure it's okay, but point Dawn out
Mm-hmm.
and fire.
Okay.
Disadvantage, correct?
Correct, Mundo. Actually... Yeah. Correct.
15.
15 will hit said ghost.
Or 4 points of radiant damage.
It'll take 4 points of radiant damage as little light glistens along the ghost body.
Then
She's fairy
sort
fire,
of
essentially.
having dealt with this before, run around the corner and break line of sight with it.
Okay.
That's it.
Fair enough. That will take us to Turvy.
I guess Turvy will
Wisdom save at the end of your
give a
turn,
little-
Dusk. Sorry.
Or yeah, keep going, Derby.
Give a little squeak. Fire off his hand crossbow. In the general direction of the whatchamadiddler, and then also follow Dusk around the corner.
Say as the crossbow bolt just kind of lands in between his toes, nearly getting his own toe as he kind of shakes and quivers, trying to break line of sight. Also a wisdom save at the end of Turvey's turn.
Oops, that was a disadvantage, but
You're good. 16 will be good. Turvey's no longer afraid.
great.
Dusk got a 21.
Dusk is no longer afraid, which will take us to Fun Guy, who's starting to wade into the water.
Yep. Activate the shillelagh and move up.
All right. As you move up, your body starts sinking. The water is deceptively deeper, as it's actually like 5 feet deep.
Oh.
So you got to go swimming.
How would attacks be if I was just walking underwater?
It would be disadvantaged still. Unless you're using a dagger, rapier, piercing stuff.
Alright, I'll just take disadvantage. I mean, I guess swimming to him or walking doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, yeah.
I could be under the water. It's fine. And I'll take a disadvantage. Shillelagh attack at the ghoul.
It's one of those deception where, like, you look at the water and it looks like the ground's right there because it's kind of pretty clear. But no, it's actually like... It's like about 5 feet where you're at there. Hey, 14 still hits.
Sitting on that 9.
It'll take 8 points of force damage as you
And,
whack into this ghostly being, and he is taking the hits.
And that's it for me.
All right, taking us to Weller.
Weller is going to move 30.
Get the water. If you go off the ledge into the water,
Mm-hmm.
like not over here, but once you get like over here, it's like 5 feet deep.
Okay, that's fine. So I'll do 30. I'm gonna take the dash action.
Taking the dash action. He's giving him the runaround.
Yep.
What is he,
I'm
Blues
gonna-
Traveler?
So I am going to go. I think that right there. Would that have me concealed from him, or would I need to go back 5 more feet?
Go back 5 feet.
So I will do that, and that will be my turn.
All right, that will take us to Rincewind, who is afraid and older.
Rincewind is going to touch his amulet and bring up. He'll drop concentration on light first, and then pull up Twilight Sanctuary.
Nice. As everything starts to glow just a little bit in the area here.
He'll end the frightened condition on himself, and then I guess he'll draw his sword and end his turn.
All right. As you're no longer afraid, everything gets a little calmer in the area around you, which will take us to Casmus.
So he was invisible, so if he casts, it's going to be an advantage, right?
Depending on what you're casting. Yeah, you'll be at advantage.
No, we're going to cast 2 blasts, so it's one of them or the two blasts, so it would be,
I would say since Eldritch Blast happens at the same time, both of them will be at advantage.
Alright.
So that's one of those where you choose your target first and they both just happen at the same time.
All right. So
Kinda like
first
magic missile.
one,
That'll definitely hit.
19. And second one,
Yes, that will also definitely hit this ghostly gnome.
all right. So let's see the damage. The first one,
You'll take
14.
plus your. Oh, that did.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's already added.
Very nice.
And so 21.
21 points of damage. You just blast holes into this guy. Looks down. Frightened as all get out. Anything else for Casmus?
No, he's gonna stay right there.
All right. At which point he is going to try to bash out towards Fungi as he just tries to reach out towards you. Getting a 21 to hit
That will hit.
as you take a whopping 14 points of necrotic damage as he just tries to grab your collar but just grabs like some skin with it. Leans up to you. Well, they're coming! They're gonna get us! You gotta run! And
Let me, sorry, go ahead.
he's gonna turn to run.
Can I hit him with the hail of spores before he goes?
Absolutely.
Oh wait, if is he actually running away? Well, like
You're
to.
doing Halo of Spores first.
Ah.
Yeah, you can whack him. I don't care. He's actually
if
running.
I,
Yeah,
I'd rather go with the proper opportunity to act on if I can.
go for it. At disadvantage.
Wow.
Getting a nat 1 as he floats up over the water. Flies to this building here. Looks around. And floats through the wall. Up into the building. He disappears. Oh, you can actually kind of see through there. There you go. Which will end his turn. Taking us to Dusk, who is no longer afraid.
Dusk comes out around the corner, and he's going to be asking, ask Rincewind as he passes, where did it go?
The building. Yeah, it's supposed to point to the big building up there.
Seeing that Fungi is semi-floating. I can't count.
I'm probably completely under the water to you guys if it's 5 feet deep.
Swim? I mean, you don't immediately sink. I don't know. I'm sure the cap keeps you somewhat buoyant.
We can just see your mushroom cap
Right.
floating on the top of the water.
It's like a bob.
Dusk is going to move over here. And end his turn.
All right. Is Rincewind going to start handing out temporary hit points?
I suppose. Let's see. Twilight Sanctuary.
D6.
D6 plus your cleric.
Cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought I had a thing for it in my maybe I don't. Here, I'm gonna roll the d6. And then you get
Gonna go with the first roll.
5 hit points. Did I roll twice? I didn't
Yeah.
roll twice.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
My
that's what-
one is showing. I don't know what the 6 is there for.
fair enough.
Still,
5 hit points, temporary.
I'll take it. 100. All right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Well, you don't get it until the end of your turn.
Yeah, I had my turn before, but he casted it
That's
right
true.
before me.
That's true.
that is true. He should have those.
Fair enough. That'll take us to Turvy.
So, let's see. Turvy I think he's still technically frightened. I
No,
don't think he can get any closer until the end of his turn,
no,
right?
he lost the frightened condition at the end of his turn last turn, so he can get closer.
Oh, right. So he'll come scrambling out. And he goes, Rincey, where did you see? You see where he went? And he's gonna kind of follow. Oh, get rid of that. He's gonna kind of follow Dusk because
Okay.
he didn't really see, but he can see where the edge of the bubble is, I guess, and end his turn.
All right. Also,
Right. Wait, I'm trying to figure out. That was 10 feet. I think I only had that much. There you go. End his turn right there.
all right. I think he might have a little more, but yeah, I gotcha. And he'll have 5 temporary hit points too, which will take
Okay.
us to Fun Guy in the water.
All right, I'm gonna. This looks like a door up here.
You see some stairs going up to a broken down door. That's maybe about 5 or so feet above the water.
All right, I should be able to get just to side of it and climb. I guess walk step out of the water.
At half speed,
Oh right. So
unless you're dashing. If you dash, you can get there.
goes back there. And where's 15 feet gonna take me up to about here instead? Well, actually, was there anything else to do but dash? If I dash, but I go to kick open the door, is that gonna would it try and like knocking the door in? Would it require action to do that?
No, because you notice there's no door there. It's just a doorway that's already been knocked down.
Okay. I'm gonna go just up to the side of the door and just peek my head through the doorway.
If you move up to the top of the stairs.
Oh, there we go. Well, I'm not trying to like go through the stairs though, but I'm just trying to look around, so I'm not like I'm behind cover. at
Yeah,
least.
yeah, you kind of see him there. He's just right there. Still glowing. Actually, not anymore. Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, like, if I'm at that view, can't see it, but there we go. And then
See a half-drowned room. With it's hard to make out most of it, but there's water in there.
Alright,
Not a ton.
yeah, I really don't have any good bonus actions to use. Remind me if I were to grab. No, if I wanted to grab a big wig out of my bag, that's an action, though, right?
It's an action to eat a big wig.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, then. Nope. I'm just going to shout to him. He's in here, over here. And end my turn.
Okay. Which will take us to surprise. Guess number 1, 2, and 3.
It's
As-
never a surprise anymore.
I know. Out of the mud-lined edges, something begins to stir as creatures with long noses and mud-covered wings appear.
Something wicked this way comes.
Yeah, exactly. As little mud mephits form out of the mud here. And this one's going to just spit mud all over Weller. Weller, I need a dexterity save. With a 3, this mud gets caked on you as some of it begins to harden and tighten around you like glue. You are restrained by said mud. While the other 2 that appear here, one will try to spew the same mud onto Dusk and Turvy when you dex saves from.
18 for Dusk.
18's good. Just need a Turvy Dex.
Already coming up. Oops. Why do I still have normal?
With an 8, unfortunately. Well, that's gross looking. That's death. There we go. But Turvy is unfortunately restrained in the moment here as that mud cakes over him. The other Mephit that rose up, wings flapping, looks around. See a smile appear on its mud face and rushes over to Turvy and is going to try to whack him with his fist. Getting a 14 to hit Turvy, which I think might just hit him.
That's his armor class. Yep.
As Turvy takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Luckily, he had those 10 hit points, so he really only takes 1. As these creatures appear. Weller, you're up. And as this mud is covering you, and it's just like glue.
Like glue is in I can't move? Or
You are
reduce
restrained. Your movement is 0. Attacks you make are at disadvantage, and attacks against you are at advantage.
movement? Well, I don't like that one bit.
Nah.
Is he close enough for me to swing out?
With your glaive. If you were to pull the glaive out, yeah.
Oh, screw it. I don't like this guy, so I'm
Okay.
gonna pull the glaive out.
Pull the glaive out.
And disadvantage. Turn that on. Old Blave. Don't fail me now.
Glaive fails you.
Oh!
But you
Alright.
still do some damage, right?
Because of graze.
Raise.
You still do
Yeah.
the damage equal to the ability modifier, which would be your strength modifier, which I believe is 4.
4.
So you still kind of just like graze along the muddy form as mud sloughs off of it onto the ground with a loud slap.
Well, guess what, folks? I'm gonna do it again. Do it again.
We can do it again. That'll hit it. For realsies.
For realsies that time. What, if anything, do I have add to that? Should have used precision attack on the last one. Might have made a difference, but I forgot. Let's see. I've got menacing for frightened, trip for trip, and let's do for shits and gigs. Let's do menacing, because that will add damage. Turn on superiority die, which is actually already on, and click damage.
Yes, please. As he got a 9 on its wisdom save, dealing 19 points of damage. This thing, half of its body just goes to the ground, and as it kind of reforms itself, it kind of curls up into a fetal position as its wings are flapping and just dripping mud everywhere. It's very hurt and very scared.
Lovely.
Anything else for Weller?
No, I'll save my action search this time.
All right, this will take us to surprise guest number 4. Number 4, where are you? Come back here, number 4. There you are. As you would see the water behind Fungi on the steps just kind of splash up towards him. Fungi getting a 26 to hit.
That will hit.
Fungi, you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as the water drags you back down. And moves you 15 feet back. As you are restrained, as luckily this seems to happen to Fungi the most. That if you had to breathe air, you would be at the risk of drowning. But luckily, due to your unaliving nature, You are alive, but you do take 15 points of bludgeoning and are grappled, restrained. Luckily, that's it for you, as the water is keeping you down under the water. Which will take us to Rincewind. As you guys just, all of you that can see Fungi just saw water just splash up towards him, and like, not even two arms, almost like tendrils just kind of grabbed around him and pulled him back down into the water.
Rincewind will move around the backside of Turvy and then up to here and use a let's see. Man. Where is, I can't even see Weller. He's got to be, oh, there he is. He must have been behind the pillar from me
Yeah.
before. Ooh. I guess if I move here, do I have to disengage from this guy? I'm still in range of him, correct?
You're in range of both of them, yes.
Okay. And then trying to see if I can hit you. Oh yeah. Okay. I am going to cast Bless at a 2nd level,
Okay.
so I can hit all these dudes. Weller, Fungi, Casmus, and Dusk.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Very nice. As this light just kind of grows around each of you.
And then I'm going to end my turn there.
All right. That'll take us to Casmus.
He's gonna cast Eldritch Blast at those two.
Okay. I'll do this one first. That one second.
Yep. All right. So let's see.
Let's see it.
It doesn't add the. Okay, no, it did.
Well, an 11 hits.
All right. Let's see how much damage.
Creature's made of
With the
mud.
agonizing blast.
It'll take 5 points of force damage. And the second
And
one,
the second one.
19 will definitely hit. For 12 points of damage as mud goes flying all over Rincewind and Turvy. Anything else
Everybody can get it. That's the hit point total for this coming
for
round.
this coming round? Gotcha.
10.
Nice.
So he's just gonna move closer right there to
All right.
see Fungi better. And I'll bit.
That will take us to Dusk.
All right. Dusk will swing out with Dawn at the nothing right next to him.
Yeah.
Getting a nat 20.
A nat 20 naturally hits.
And crit damage works, correct, sir?
It does. It should. It has.
Doing 21 points of radiant damage.
Ooh. 21 points of radiant damage. As you cut into it with Dawn, its skin begins to harden and crack as it's getting baked. And it's all the cracks are just kind of falling off into the water like stones, but it's still up. It looks, you see a worried look on its face. As its eyes are darting around to see what its next move could possibly be.
As a bonus action, kick it.
Kick it.
Getting a 15.
15 will also hit.
Doing 9 points of force damage.
9 points. As you kick it, that just kind of, that hardened bits shatter, revealing its gooey interior, like a Cadbury egg. As it just kind of splatters all over your foot. No more to be alive.
For a brief moment, do the cat, shake my leg thing.
Yep.
Something's on my leg. And then move around here and take my second attack at this one.
Alrighty. Second attack. Let's see it. We're here about it.
Getting a 31.
31. I'm going to say that is almost triple its AC.
That
Yes.
just hit.
Just barely.
Doing 12 points of radiant damage.
Alright. 12 points of radiant damage. This one starts to kind of crack and harden as well.
Then move over here. And it can swipe out.
It will. I don't know where you're moving, but if you move away from it, it's going to try and slam into you with its muddy fist, getting a 6 to hit.
Just kind of slink away from it real
Yeah.
quickly.
It's
I
kind
am
of fist hardens and it doesn't reach as far as it would think.
3 squares north of Casmus, 1 square to the east.
I gotcha.
Still wish I knew I did that.
That will take us to Turvy. As Dusk, you get 10 temporary hit points.
Yes, thank you.
Turvy is going to I guess Turvy's going to pull his he's still restrained, right?
Yes.
So he has to do a strength or a athletics check or something to get out of that.
If that's what he wants to do, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna try to break free.
All right.
From-
Give me a strength saving throw or dexterity save.
Let's go with.
He breaks free easily
Oh.
enough, just kind of sliding out of the goo.
And then he's just going to work his way around to the other side of the method, and he'll end his turn there.
All right. Which will take us to Fungi, who's being restrained in and by water. You don't see anything in there. It's just water keeping you down.
Is it possible to break out of water if I'm surrounded completely by
Absolutely,
it?
with a strength or a dexterity save.
I'm gonna wait a turn before I do that because I am going to take this turn to instead snack on a big wig.
Okay. As he gets medium-sized.
And I think when I do stuff like now, it'll
You'll have advantage. Like the
I'll have advantage.
yeah.
I think, and if I do attacks, I think because it works like
It works like the enlarge spell. So your attacks will do a D4 extra damage
Okay.
if they use strength,
Um.
which your shillelagh doesn't.
Well, that's true.
I'll look into that. I don't really know. But maybe.
But yeah, I think again, no good bonus action to do. No good bonus action to do here now. Yeah, because trying to break through that would have been the action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just wait it out for
All right. Waiting it out as you're not drowning. So there's less panic in your mind than a normal person's. As the Mephit's turn. This one will start spitting onto the ground. I gotta double check and see what the chance is, because there is a chance. Not a good one, but there's a chance. As sure enough, it spits onto the ground as a Another Mephit forms right in front of Weller. Which, unfortunately, it can't take its turn, yeah. But the other one will also try to do the same thing. As it, looking around, eyes darting, it's going to just kind of spit on the ground right in between Turvey. Or right south of Turvey. As, what are the odds? Another creature appears right next to Casmus and Turvey. Dusk, you're up here, right?
Yes, that's it.
As that is what they do for the turn. This one is going to... Yeah, not do anything. That will end the Mephit's turns, taking us to Weller.
Oh, I can go now? You sure you don't want to make another one appear?
No, well, there's, I mean, you know, summons can't summon things, and they gotta wait a turn.
All right. Let's. Oh God, where? Let me see. Oh, I'm looking so far on that. Okay, let me. Is he summoned with the frightened condition?
No. This one? No. The one behind you is still frightened.
Yeah. Okay.
I just
All right.
copied it.
Nah, you're fine. Yeah, let me swing out of the one that just appeared in front of me.
Okay. Swing away.
Oh, really?
Getting a nat 1. You still graze it, as it'll take 4 points of damage.
All right. Let me extra attack that guy.
Yeah. You can extra attack all you want, it still hits. 14 definitely hits.
God, 31. Wow. All right, let's go with some damage, and I'm gonna say, just make this one straight.
For 16 points of damage as Mug goes slinging everywhere.
And I will go ahead and use Action Surge this time around.
Okay, okay.
Wherever the hell it is on my sheet. Let me check it off. There we go, just so I know. And let's do it again.
Sorry. Yes, a 26 hits that newly summoned creature who's already being tore apart.
Nice, 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 nice.
For 13 points of damage as it explodes miraculously into mud. And I will need Rinsman. I'll need Weller to... I almost did it. Weller to give me a... It's because I was reading the initiative order.
You caught yourself. It's
I
fine.
caught myself. I need Weller to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save.
Mm-hmm.
Make it better than the last one.
Alright, you are not caught by the mud on this one, as it seems to kind of singe the ground around it, like acid. But it does explode, and go away.
And I'm still restrained from the original one, right?
Give me a dex save at the end of your turn. But you're,
Okay,
at the
well,
moment,
I
you're
still got an
restrained.
extra, I still have an
Yeah.
extra attack. So
Yeah.
let me do. That was Action Surge. That was an attack on him, so I have one more attack. So let me
Correct.
swing out at the other guy.
The action surge extra. The extra attack.
The extra.
Read all about it.
Are you serious? Wow.
That's unfortunate. You still do 4 points of damage, which is enough to make him explode. So
Okay.
even when you miss, you just nick him a little bit as he's coughing up, or, you know, vomiting onto the ground. Take that opportunity, just nick his neck a little bit. And he explodes in the area, as you are no longer restrained at the end of your turn. As that goo starts to slough off of you naturally.
That will indeed be the end of my turn. And do I get any temporary hit points to Rinsman do that again? or
You
is
do
that
get
just
10
here,
temporary
or-
hit points.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Put that in there, and that is it for me, gentlemen.
As Fungi does a 27 hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Fungi, you are something is attempting to just compress you into the water. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. And continue to be restrained and grappled in. All the fun things. It'll swirl you around the water right now for a moment. It'll bring you in, and then it'll bring you out. It's gonna take you to a dark corner. So it can drown you on its own. Which will take us to Rincewind.
Rincewind is going to swing at the Mephit with his short sword backed up with
Yeah.
yeah.
Flanking.
Right. Where is, did I lose guided or divine? I'm sorry. I'm having a mind thought of fart right now.
You can just roll the short sword +2. Same thing, but also you're looking for True Strike.
True Strike. Oh yeah.
But the short sword +2 has the +2 bonus on there.
Right. Okay.
Yes, a 28 will definitely hit.
Okay. That's what I want. And so I should have sneak attack.
Yes.
And yeah.
All the things for 19 points of damage. You stab into this Mephit. It bursts as the one next to it also bursts. I will need Rincewind, Turvy, and Chasmus to give me dexterity saves. As they explode miraculously. You even have another d6 damage, but they are all exploded.
It doesn't add the
Bless.
bless for my saving throws. I don't know why.
Probably because you didn't click on the bless saves.
It's on, but I don't. I can only make it for attack for some reason.
Fair enough. Roll a
So
d4.
I hopefully I could get something. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
you're good.
15.
You're good. As everyone evades being covered in mud. And that will end their turn. Or that will end their turn. Rincewind, what are you doing? I'm sorry. I'm done.
No, that's okay. Then I'm going to start making my way through the water towards the bobber.
Okay. It is difficult terrain, so half movement through the water.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll bonus action dash.
Okay.
And do the. What is going on? There. Intern. Right there.
All right. As you're wading/swimming through the water in here, you see fungi under the water just being dragged around. He seems calm about it, probably. Ish.
But bigger.
But bigger.
Yeah.
He's you-sized.
Okay.
Which will take us to Chasmus. If you want to roll your d6 for the round, also Rincewind.
Okay.
So
You
6.
can keep the 10 if you have it, but
Yeah.
if you don't have any, you can take the 6.
Let's see.
What does a Chasmus do?
He's gonna cast Misty Step to get right beside Rincewind.
Okay. As he pops out of existence and back into it. Splashing into the water.
And I don't see exactly what's pulling him.
Well, it looks like he's just swimming underwater.
I'm gonna catch Eldritch Blast right beside fungi.
All right, give me attacks at disadvantage with your blasts.
Alright. Eldritch Blast at disadvantage. That's the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, those both hit.
Let's see, did I remove the No, it's still there. So damage for the first one, 5, and the second one, 11.
As Fungi is pelted against the wall here a little bit. He just kind of gets swirled around. Anything else for Casmus?
No, that'll be it.
Which will take us to Dusk.
All right. Shenanigan. Start by Dusk is going to hop over onto this wall
Mm-hmm.
and using his feline agility.
Yeah.
He's going to run over here, hop over here, and he's going to attempt to grab Fungi. Either grab him by his giant mushroom head or his shillelagh sticking up, bobbing up, whatever. Try to grab him.
Give me an athletics check for funsies. Just for funsies.
Getting a 20.
20. Give me an athletics check, or not athletic. Give me a strength saving throw. At advantage.
Oh, an 11.
With an 11, as you try and pull Fungi up, the water is stronger.
Great. As a bonus action, I'm going to expend a focus point and enact patient defense,
Okay.
so that I'm both taking the disengage and dodge action at the same time.
Absolutely.
And he'll hop back over here and hop down here, keeping Fungi still in sight, and we may be prepared to try again.
Okay. Hopping down, that'll take us to Turvy. Still on dry land.
And there's a Mephit right behind him, yes?
No. It exploded at the same time.
Oh, this guy's gone. Okay. Trevi will be like, "Oi!" And kind of, do a little dance to stay out of the mud and tiptoe into the water. He's like, "Is it cold?"
It's cold.
And he'll move in that far and end his turn.
Alright. Cold, loosely moving water. Fungi. What you doing?
All right, now I'm gonna try and break out of this.
Alright. Give me a strength save or advantage or a dex save. Dex would not be an advantage, but yeah.
Oh, well, strength is a bit. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you're enlarged.
You got that bless on too.
Yep. We'll add that one.
You got it.
As Big Fungi breaks free of the water, you can swim to your heart's content within 15 feet.
And let's just go 5, 10, and get back in here.
So actually getting into the room, you can see this darkened area. An old apartment that half flooded from the corners, just kind of sunken down. Boxes, debris in here. You see a skeleton, arm outstretched under the bed. Gnomish skeleton. By the
No more
size.
ghost?
You don't see a ghost, no.
Oh, the ghost is gone. Ghost left. an action to get out of that thing. Yeah, not much else I can do right now.
All right.
Oh, actually, no, wait. Before I go, can I just... I want to get back in the water, but I'll use my bonus action to kick off Produce Flame, just so I have it ready.
Sure, you get your hand lit with fire as it lights up the area a little bit better for you. Get some light going.
Oh, there we go.
Now you can see, but that will take us to Weller.
Just waiting for the surprise guest announcement.
Next round.
Let's see. 5 feet. 30 feet. So I'd have to take a dash. But moving through the water is half movement.
It is. So
I'll
it's
take that
you're
5
trudging through it. Your neck, but you would be kind of half swimming because you're like 5'2" or something.
So can I occupy that space, or is it like standing? Is that on a step, or is that like a handrail? I can't really tell.
Yeah, you can step on there. That's fine.
Okay.
That's
So
like barely out of the water.
I will do that with dash, and that should put me right there.
All right. As you can kind of see with your eye, you can see that fungi is right there.
Ghost is gone.
No ghost in there. As he's holding fire in his hands. Which will take us
Ghost was
to...
within us the entire time.
It's the water's turn. I guess maybe it's thematic, but... Weller. Ooh, getting a 14 to hit as the water splashes up against you, Weller.
I get a little wet, but that's a miss.
You get a little bit wet. And the water splashes on you. Like, I don't know, trying to grab your feet maybe, and it's just like, you got wet socks now.
Oh man!
And you can see
Everything is a disadvantage.
you see a heavy splashing around this area for a brief moment. Which will take us
Killer.
will take us to Rincewind.
Rincewind will. Let's see, what have I got behind me? Rincewind's going to move up by Weller. And is there a door here that's closed at the top of the
It's-
steps?
It's just the like it's elevated, so I can get rid of that if you want. Not a big
Okay.
deal.
All right. And then he'll come in and back up Fun Guy and say, "You okay, buddy? What's in here?"
No ghost. That's what's not in here.
You do see a
And
gnomish.
I'll-
You do see a gnomish skeleton reaching under the bed in this dimly lit area.
Okay.
It'll take us to Casmus. What's a Casmus do? In the water.
As we did, he's gonna dash and he's gonna move up inside the apartment.
As Casmus dashes towards the steps, swimming as best he can. Is a 25 hit.
Yes.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you get to here and are immediately pulled back away.
9.
9 bludgeoning as you are quickly restrained and pulled under the water as if someone is trying to drown you.
Great.
Your breath is barely there, and
I'll have to do this. As a bonus action, I'm gonna use Misty Step to get inside to cover
okay.
away from the restrain.
As Casmus pops up soaking wet. fighting for breath.
And that'll be it.
All right. We'll take us to Dusk.
Dusk will move up to the corner of this wall
Mm-hmm.
and climb up as high as it goes,
Like kickoff.
kick off and leap over to the wall on the building
Mm-hmm.
and scurry into the room.
All right.
And he's going to... I can't select him anymore.
Because you were on top of Casmus.
Casmus, yeah. Yeah, Casmus. Climb over Casmus unceremoniously.
Yeah.
And get down there and look around the room and say, Turvey's still out there.
Anything else for Dusk?
And Dusk will move in here and say, oh, well, there's that ghost's body, I assume. And
Oh.
then he's just going to take the dodge action. Just
All
in
right.
case something happens.
That'll take us to Turvey.
Kirby will be like, guys? Guys? Oh, what the fuck? And he'll mosey over by the edge of the water and be like, guys! And just turn.
Okay. That will take us to Fungi.
Well, I'm guessing that the ghost is probably just moving. He's probably the thing that keeps grabbing us into the water now, so probably should stay out of the water for a moment. I'm just gonna go over and look around his dead body and see if there's anything interesting.
Yeah, give me an investigation
Okay,
check.
Yeah, maybe either. Oh, I'm not gonna investigation.
Or
Maybe,
perception. That'd be fine.
Oh, that would be so much better if I could roll perception instead.
Yeah, so 4 plus, what's your perception bonus?
+8.
12?
Yeah.
I would say you would note that his hand looks like it's reaching for something. You don't quite see in this moment 6 seconds of what it's reaching for, but the body looks like it's reaching under the bed.
Oh, he's reaching for something underneath here. I'm just kind of hoping that if I mess with him a little bit, it might piss him off enough to come out of hiding.
I gotcha.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. That'll take us to Weller.
You said you pissed on him to get him to come out of hiding? Oh man,
Exactly. I peed right on the ghost.
that's really rude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
This could be your moment. We don't see the thing.
yeah, I mean, the only thing I could really do is
He's used
I
Fairy
guess-
Fire today.
Oh, I have, haven't I?
Mhm.
That's right. I used it last time. Damn, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
We'll learn to use it more.
Invisible enemies are the worst, I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean,
I know what this is, but I ain't saying.
Yeah, I know. I know you know.
I know what it is too. It's water. As Weller jumps back in towards where the,
The
thing
loud
splashed at me
splash.
from. It just swings wildly.
All right. Roll me a d6.
Do it, Weller.
Roll me an attack
Going.
at disadvantage.
I'm going in under my own volition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not locked in here with it. It's locked in here with me.
Yeah, there you go.
All
Tell
right.
yourself that.
Let's turn the
Yeah.
disadvantage back on. Didn't last long. Here we go.
Mm-mm.
You got it.
Roll some damage. You're hitting the water.
I'm hitting the shit out of the water.
Hitting the shit out of that water. Are you throwing a thing on there?
It's water. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I can trip it, so I'll menace it.
Okay, trying to scare the water.
I'm trying to scare the water into submission.
Even the playing field if you can get this to work.
Water's not scared. Well, you don't.
Damn
know,
it.
But you see no
That is
expression letting you know that the water is frightened.
That is additional damage. What is that? A D8 for
It's already on there.
Oh, it already added it.
Yeah,
on.
that's why I
So
asked
had to
about
turn
it.
on. Yep, perfect. Gotcha.
Well, there's one swing.
Yep, let me turn superiority off because I'm not going to do anything on this one, and we'll do another attack.
Also at disadvantage.
Also at disadvantage.
Say no need to roll the dice, but a 10 is going to be a miss, as it's hard to swing a glaive around as you're treading water at the same time.
That's fair. That's fair.
Anything else for Weller?
Shit. Oh man, we're really gonna be taking short rest at some point. So
Yeah, that's what they're
you
for.
said there was no need to roll. Does that mean I would miss anyway, or can I add precision attack to that to try to hit it again?
I don't know. Do you want to roll precision attack to try to hit it?
Yeah, I mean I would like to.
Yeah, roll that
I hit
d8.
it
Let's
first
see
time.
what happens. Roll some damage.
Nice.
Take off security die for precision, and let's do some damage.
For 16 points of damage. As Weller. Anything else for your turn?
No, no. Well, wait, I did get something new with the level up, didn't I?
Yeah, you have to see it though.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't really know if there's
Bonus
anything
action,
there.
see it and be like, hey, what's this thing weak to? Strong
What is
again.
this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, then no.
We'll say your glaive doesn't seem like it's doing as much damage as you would hope. Against the water? It's hard to tell. Whatever it is, it's resistance against your glaive. But that will take us to its turn, Weller, as the water churns and rises up against you for a brief moment. As it tries to wrap around you. Getting a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
And you all would see this thing churn up. Almost like a face within it, and swallow Weller whole. Weller, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as you are restrained and start drowning. Taking us to Rincewind.
Hey, if it's a water
Okay.
elemental, I have the ability to dismiss water elemental, right?
You have the
just
ability
use
to
that?
summon a water elemental.
I also have bonus action dismiss water elemental, but I know that's for mine when I call it.
Right,
I'm
right,
just
right.
being facetious.
Haha.
Thank you.
Rincewind, what you
You're
do?
here all week.
Okay. So, Rincewind will, I guess he can see Weller
Mm-hmm.
get his ass kicked by water,
Yeah.
but he'll come over to the gnome and flip the bed up and see if there's,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
what the deal is.
As you flip the bed up, you can see what looks to be a cubby hole with a... It's well hidden normally, but, you know, old stuff. You can kind of see the creases of an old cubby hole that could easily be pulled up underneath the bed.
Okay. I'll turn to Fun Guy and I'll say, I think he's trying to get something out of there. And then I'll walk back over here and as a bonus action cast. It doesn't look like Weller's taking any damage.
He took temporary hit points. So, because he had the 10,
okay.
so he only really took 3 damage.
Un poquito.
Oh.
Yeah,
Um,
he's not doing bad.
he's fine.
He's fine.
Just like
Some
gurgling.
light drowning.
Okay.
Waterboarding.
Yeah, I'm just gonna step back over here and I'll end my turn.
All right. That'll take us to Casmus.
See. I'm not too sure what I can do because I don't want to hit Weller. Yeah. That's too dangerous.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Classic.
Yeah, but he's too close.
Too close to what?
I mean, he's literally saw the creature just to wrap around Weller and pull him down.
Weller's tough.
He is tough. Forward tough.
We're gonna cast a sorcerer's burst with
Okay.
electricity.
Okay.
Beside.
Okay.
All right, maybe Weller's not that tough, man.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
All right, let me deactivate the
water.
I take it back. I take it back.
All right. Agonizing blast. We're gonna.
With the sorcerer's burst.
Yeah, we're gonna remove it. So let's see if the sorcerer's burst hits.
Roll me at disadvantage.
It's alright.
Go ahead and roll some damage though.
You want me to roll some damage?
I do. I really do.
I'm sorry, Weller.
I would
asked
say
for
these
it.
are extenuating circumstances. Weller, you take 2 points of lightning damage.
Oh, that's
Wow.
just enough to make my golden mustache.
Yep,
freeze a
as it
little bit.
sizzles, it's a great conductor.
Yeah.
Anything else for Casmus? As you
No.
try to shock the water and like veers directly towards Weller's mustache and just gives him a jolt to his nose.
No, that'll be it.
All right. Dusk, what you doing?
Being incredibly amused. Dusk will move up, and he's going to take a swipe at the water around Weller.
Okay. Trying swiping around Weller.
Trying not to hit him.
Will be a disadvantage attack.
Heard.
Because invisible? Ish.
Getting a 27.
Yes. Yes, that'll probably hit.
Just barely.
Mm-hmm.
Doing 15 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Follow through with another swing.
Yeah, do it. As the water starts churning and warbling upward.
Getting a 27.
Yes. And I saw it.
That's incredible. Doing 11 points of radiant damage.
I saw that one too. For 11 points of radiant damage, as you stab into the water, you get a feeling of excitement from Dawn as the light bursts out, and you would see a face appear over the surface of the water and quickly vanish away. Just very brief glint of somewhat humanoid face from the reflection of Dawn. As a quick blast of light disperses the water as it goes still. And as it does, we'll hop out of combat as well, or you are no longer restrained and at the risk of drowning.
Yeah,
Great.
grab Weller and pull him up.
As Weller gasps for breath, and you pull him up to the dry area here. That's gonna be where we're gonna take our little 5-10 minute breaks, folks. So we'll resume here in a bit with this oppressive gloom in this old Severf Neblin apartment. So stick around. We'll be back in a bit. Alrighty, folks. Well, welcome back. And last we left off, our troop had started delving into an area of Blingdenstone known as the Rock Blight, and seeing traps, a ghost, mud elementals, and even the water seem to attack. But you did see where the ghost went after it disappeared through a wall, finding a small apartment, obviously ruined from long ago. With the skeleton reaching under a bed and found a hidden compartment after dealing with a invisible water elemental. Kept trying to drown you guys, but here we are. No more danger, at least immediately. What are you guys up to?
Well, fungi's right by it. I'm gonna reach into wherever this cubby thing is and
All right.
see what's inside.
As you pull open the stone from the cubby, I need a dex save.
Truly.
Okay. Good news is, I need a con save at advantage.
Come on. Am I? I don't know why. Oh, that was you rolling. I thought it was me.
Yeah, it's just me rolling numbers. They're as Dusk pointed out, I roll the dice to mess with you. Okay.
Wait. I'm already got it.
Yeah,
You're blessed.
you are blessed.
that's-
So add that D4. Okay. You take 1 point of piercing damage and 12 points of poison damage, reduced to 6 for you. You also have the poison condition, as a needle pops up from this little cubby hole. You do see what looks to be a small rotten pouch.
As Fun Guy recoils from that, and I assume turns a little green or something, Dusk is going to walk over to him and say, "You might want to be a little more careful." And then he will apply a hand of healing to him and end the poison condition.
There you go.
Hand of healing, hand of healing, hand of healing.
Hitting the pressure points on a fungus person. Not too different from a regular person.
Why did it?
Did it?
That's correct. It rolled 2 dice, but only one applied in the box. So he gets back 6 points of healing, and the poison condition is ended.
Nice.
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
And then he's going to walk over to Rincewind, as Fun Guy, I assume, is looking at the pouch and kind of look him over carefully.
I'm old.
He's visibly aged 40 years.
We'll get this taken care of. The gnomes will owe us.
Mm-hmm.
At least now that you're old, you have a reason to be grumpy.
Yeah. I mean, another reason.
We're going to get this taken care of.
All right. What's in the bag?
Let's see.
Alright. As you pop open this rotten pouch, it kind of tears as you do, but it's okay. It looks like it contains 3 rubies and 3 diamonds, as well as a small vial with... First you think there's no liquid in there, and then you No, there's some liquid in there. Just no, there's no liquid, but it feels like it. An empty-looking potion bottle.
Any chance I might know what something like that might be?
You can give me a Arcana check.
Would his herbalism ability help?
Oh, that's true.
I would say not for this one.
Fair.
My God, I'm just rolling.
Yeah, with a nat one, I don't know. There might not be anything in there.
Okay, so we got this funny vial of nothing something, and we got some nice rocks here. Oh, nice are these rocks, especially the diamonds.
Seems to be a recurring theme here.
There's nothing around here until stuff. Let's say we put it safe and continue our way.
Is there anything on the body?
Worn, ragged, waterlogged clothes. Bones look like they've been smashed and broken.
These are no good to bring back, Mr. Bones.
He kept saying they were coming. Who do you think he was speaking of?
Guessing the gross, muddy things. Maybe he didn't like them.
Could be a lot of things.
You do still hear the distant clanging of weapons striking and low muttering of screams in the distance.
Yeah, it could be whatever that is.
Should we take a piece of the body to potentially lay it to rest like we did with the others?
Sure. I'll pop his skull off.
It's a hell of a piece of body to take. I mean, if you're gonna take a piece of body,
Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
I guess I should have been more specific.
And I'll just pop that into the old backpack.
Alright.
Yeah.
You now have a gnome
No.
skull.
Skull.
I'm gonna take a short rest and catch a fun guy reciting Hamlet.
If you guys want.
Yeah, I guess a short rest wouldn't hurt.
Alright.
Aren't you supposed to just say the Scottish play?
Let's go ahead and do the dang thing.
As you're sitting down for a short rest, you hear a loud thudding and crumbling in the distance, echoing through the caves. As well as the roaring of a waterfall not too far away.
Don't like that.
But your rest is undisturbed.
How long do I have to stay big for?
It lasts for an hour.
Oh.
See if it worked this time.
Guess I'm back to
It worked.
fun-sized guy.
But if you want your abilities back, you gotta spend a hit dice.
Which abilities back?
So, like,
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
the stuff.
The stuff.
The stuff you get back on a short
Um,
rest.
Oh,
Yeah, you got to spend a hit die. I forgot about that. Okay.
Easy to remember for next time.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you guys up to?
Shall we proceed down the current path?
Yeah, let's go.
Looks like this area splits off into two different areas. One goes towards the sound of the water, and the other looks like it goes to darkness.
As best I can determine, is the sound of the fighting towards the water. Is like the sounds intermingled, or
Give me a perception check. You try and really listen for the sounds of the battle.
oh, I don't know why that was that 22.
With a 22,
There we go.
it's coming from the direction as you're kind of keeping an ear out where there's no water. And then wait a second, your ear kind of twitches the other direction towards the area where the waterfall. And then it kind of twitches again behind you the way you came. Constant sound of distant battle is everywhere, yet nowhere close. Lightly echoing. Faint.
Could I maybe make an insight check to determine if this is ghostly? Like,
I would say it'd be a religion check.
Is it a residual haunting?
oh, yeah, he don't do religion, but I'll try.
Give it a whirl.
He's spiritual, not religious.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
With a nat
Wow.
20, absolutely residual haunting shit.
Okay. Seems like the ghost problem here continues. I think the sounds of battle are ghostly.
And choose a pat, and we'll follow you. We'll be right behind you.
I suppose
What
we
are we
should
gonna
make
do
towards
next?
the water.
We're gonna go Medusa hunting, or took care of this ghost?
Yeah. Let's make towards the water. That might be where some sort of ritual site might be, near waters. I don't understand religious rituals, but that seems to be the thing. And as he's talking, Dusk will walk up to Weller and produce a small comb. So you might want to get that under control.
Thank you.
Dusk picks out his fur from the comb. Sorry.
Weller will comb his.
A tabaxi would have a fur comb.
Mustache.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Important to remember, perhaps, that the mustache seemed to act as a bit of a conductor. Probably didn't help being in the water, but
Yeah, sorry about that.
no harm, no foul. I encouraged you.
Right.
All right. As you head towards the sound of the water winding through caves, following Dusk's lead into darkness, you see dim bits of crystal, some broken off and no longer providing light, but others still kind of dotting the area around a massive cavern that is filled with mostly a pool, at least 100-foot diameter, being fed from a tall and darkened waterfall that goes up a couple 100 feet. Flanking either side of this big pool, you can kind of see staircases embedded into the side of the wall as they go into a small, narrow passageway leading up. And at the top, kind of more well lit than anything else you've seen in this space, you can see a ledge around the waterfall. And just that faint, whitish, yellowish hue crystal light coming from above. You see what looks like a figure. Two figures. Silhouettes. Watching from atop on this ledge on either side of the waterfall.
Watching us?
It's hard to tell. It's at least 100, maybe more feet up into the darkness, and you just kind of get a silhouette of a person.
Basic humanoid shapes, or
I'd say you can give me a perception check. I say dusk will be at disadvantage just because of the distance. Rincewind could give me a regular perception check though, because he's got very lengthy dark vision. With a 22, you notice Rincewind a little bit larger, vaguely humanoid in shape. They look like wings on them. Large bat-like wings, kind of folded in a little bit.
Can you tell what direction they're facing?
They are facing outward. Down. Look like they're peering. Yeah, kind of in the general direction of you guys. But they're also dead still. Statues.
Okay.
um,
Yeah. So I'll point out the two things to are way too still. I think they might be statues. We might be wandering into the
Jesus
one.
territory.
Yeah.
mm, well,
I mean, it's a hell of a weird place for a rock garden, but
oh,
You were told of two sacred places. One of them being the steadfast stone, and the other being I'm trying to think what they said. The overlook, which that sounds like that would be the overlook.
but we're looking for the steadfast stone, correct?
So they said this was also a place where they would gather very useful crystals for magic.
Well, do we continue our way up to this overlook? Or do we go back to the dark tunnel? But I think Rincewind might be correct.
yeah. Are we prepared for what's coming here? Because I mean, the ghost was bad.
Did they give any indication as to, like, did they want the stones or the rocks that were at Overlook?
No, they just said that they're useful magical stones. Magical crystals, rather.
And did they specify the site, which site is needed to perform the ritual we need to do with this ruby?
Yeah, they said that would be the steadfast stone. Another menhir.
Right, I thought that's what they said. So, do we potentially pursue this Medusa or turn around and try to do what we technically came here to do?
Might as well take care of the Medusa. Since we're here.
I mean, the ghost was bad.
Might as well take care of the Medusa. Since we're here.
Are we prepared for what's coming here? Because I mean, the ghost was bad.
I vote we go to the Darkness Tunnel and maybe hit this on the way back if need be.
Yeah.
If we do what we came down here to do, it may reduce the threats in this area by cleansing it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Weller and Dusk on this one. I mean, I think that it's something that's worth doing, but maybe now is not the time.
But
Especially
also,
going.
we do need to consider that gargoyles aren't necessarily indicative of Medusa.
Well, that's true. I mean, I just don't think that there are going to be a whole lot of statuaries out here in the middle of nowhere. But
Have we noticed any kind of statues in our travels, like when we went to the other holy site to
So
bury
with
the
the
people?
yeah, absolutely. In Blingden Stone, there's plenty of carvings of people, things. They definitely don't like plain. I mean, they like plain stone, but they also like to make it ornamental. Much of it broken throughout Blingden Stone, but some of it rebuilt and remade. Reliefs
Do these
along
look
the
like-
walls.
do these look like demons, or do they look like?
I would say even with the 22 from the distance, I mean, it's I'd say like bat-like wings.
Okay.
So yeah, it kind of.
Well,
That's what I'm going to present as my best guess. Is a couple of demons ran afoul of the Medusa, and there they stand.
well, we should definitely come back because a Medusa represents a large threat to the city. But I think cleansing this area should take priority.
That's fair.
Plus, that seems like that will be quite a fight. The priestess seemed to think that the area would react negatively once the ruby started doing its work.
Yeah, in that case, don't you think we should take care of Medusa in case she doesn't get attracted and come it and make it harder on us?
But then again, wouldn't she have to come to us if that were the case?
And in the end, we'd have to deal with her either way.
Yes, but it's gonna make it harder for us if we can't see where the enemies are coming from.
Well, we'll have time to take some sort of positioning once we put it in place.
It's my opinion we try to complete the cleansing first.
Well,
I
let's
gotta
check out
agree.
the other path. We don't have to be committed to either one. We can at least go down the other path and see what lies there.
There would
All
be
right, let's go.
another large tunnel exiting out of this place as well. Looks they head in a similar direction as the previous tunnel that you didn't take.
Let's
We can at least
try
poke
that.
around and check it out.
Winding passages and whatnot.
Just continue to step cautiously and be on the lookout for
Yeah.
any more traps.
All right. So you guys heading back and in, or are you taking? There's another passage out of here that goes in a similar direction.
Might as well take that one.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I would say just pay attention to if we get the sense of any kind of elevation change. Like if this darkened path is kind of snaking about with switchbacks carrying us higher towards where we saw those statues.
Fair enough. Kind of like, I'll make this. going to show you this. If you guys started up here on the top left, there was that little cave in almost immediately when you came in. Cave in. Here is where you found the ghost. And then up here's the waterfall. And this, so there's like another exit tunnel that way and a tunnel that way. So you guys are taking this tunnel.
Yep.
Alright. You start traversing a little ways. Who is... It's marching order again. Keeping...
Fun guy with the pokey stick. Dusk
Yeah.
behind him.
Then Dusk and Gasmus close behind him.
Dusk had to step away. So
Right.
Now,
he'll be back.
Casmus. Fun guy's holding your hand, Casmus.
Fair enough.
No, he'd be right behind him
And
this
then
time,
I'll
so
be
he doesn't
behind
get
Dusk.
so he doesn't get close to any traps this time. So he's gonna get right behind Fun guy to let him
Set off any
fall into the
traps.
trap.
I got you.
I mean, I hate to say this, I should probably lead the way because I can more easily evade traps.
You are very
I
dexterous,
could try
aren't you?
and set him
And I
off
do have
with
evasion
war.
now, so that super helps. So, does that sound like a good idea?
Let the cat go.
Go ahead.
Fun guy, you can still use your stick
And
for the
you
rest
can
of
be
us
right
behind
there,
Dusk.
yeah, with me. But
So Dusk,
yeah.
Fun guy holding Casmus's hand, Weller, and then Turvy and Rincewind. I think Rincewind said he was picking up the rear.
Okay.
Yep.
As you're making your way, this winding tunnel goes uphill slightly into a tiered cavern, which you are on the top of. Tiered, and looks like it might have been some sort of possible place of worship at one point. Pillars kind of dotting the place in here, ladders going up and down this tiered cavern, and crystals dotting it as well, showing a little bit of a light. Broken braziers, handful of them about the place. But this cave, not furnished, broken bits of stonework on all of the walls here, so any of that semi-beautification that ever once was is non-existent in this place. Instead, the entire room is filled with a few dozen statues, all drow.
Oh boy. Medusa.
It's not so dark that you can't see anything, because there are a number of those similar lit lights in here, providing enough light. But it's not... It's a little unsettling. There's almost a breeze in this room, as the occasional dust and rock kind of clatters. Just almost naturally.
Well, they did say there used to be a drow enclave in the area.
Yes.
Perhaps this is what remains.
Just be prepared to avert your gaze.
I wonder if we could talk to these things with the stone speaker.
A drow?
The statues.
What do you want to ask a drow?
Hey, were you made here by a Medusa?
Just screams.
That would
Oh.
confirm it.
The stone did allow you to speak with the dead, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's not such a bad idea. Get a better understanding of what happened here.
When you use the stone, does the stone actually communicate audibly, or is it telepathically?
It's my head.
Okay. Just want to make sure that whatever it said it doesn't give our position away. If you want to try it, go for it. But I would say we need to be prepared, and as Dust said, be ready to
Yeah.
avert our gaze.
And this,
I'd rather be prepared to attack than speak to a statue.
I would say the statues are not quite ceremoniously laid out, but they're just scattering. Like I said, there's dozens of them.
Well, also, why would there be statues of drow? in
Are they
Blingstone?
in action poses?
Looking at them somewhat.
Okay.
Some of them almost
Pretty-
looking proud.
We're not exactly fan
Oh.
favorites down here. I can't imagine why they would have statues for us.
I'm not sure why you look proud if you're being gazed at by a Medusa.
We are talking about drow.
It's fair.
Or maybe this isn't the Medusa site.
Well, let's proceed with the utmost caution.
All right.
Perhaps. I was
Yes.
going to say, Weller would make the suggestion that perhaps we tear off a bit of our garments to maybe make blindfolds, kind of have them ready to pull down.
Our best bet would be to blind the
Oh, I
Medusa
mean,
herself,
we're-
to put it
yeah,
on Medusa
we're going
herself.
to try to do that, but if she catches us off guard, it might be easier to pull down a piece of cloth than get a spell off. If the
True.
time came.
Dusk will tear off a piece of Weller's cloak. Good idea.
Wait, why did
Not the stealth cloak, man.
You can't tear it.
what
Well,
was
a
the-
piece of
It's
its clothing.
it's too torn. It's too torn already. It's too.
I'll give you a wet sock.
Yeah. There you go.
Do we remember why did they say this site that we needed to cleanse needed to be cleansed? What was the issue? Do we know?
It was the curse.
Ogremok's
Where did
Bane.
it come from?
Ogremok's Bane. And we need to find what would be a place to insert the ruby.
Yeah, but why did that thing come in curse?
He
They didn't say why,
got
but
Ogremok doesn't like Caladur and smooth hands, hence the curse.
And we are dealing with a series of demonic incursions.
I think we should break these statues.
That's what we call an intrusive thought, fun guy. We try to keep
Um,
those to ourselves.
You said that this place maybe at one time was somewhat ritualistic.
yeah, this
Yeah,
place you don't.
The drow probably aren't good for us.
Towards the center of the cave, does there seem to be any sort of table or center of something?
No sign of any writing, or the only thing in here that is left over would be broken braziers and still usable rope ladders with stone shingles for steps.
Okay.
So it seems almost like this was the Drow enclave that the Medusa stumbled upon.
Maybe.
Again, you don't have these collections of things that what would be a ritual site. Seems more like this is where the drow collected. And
It's almost kind of like an
Crazy.
auditorium with like it's tiered.
Well,
And you do
Does
see an
there-
exit on the other side.
does there appear, just obviously being a drow, knowing what I do of drow, does there appear to be any remnants of spider symbols, anything of Lolth?
No. Aside from the occasional one on the statues themselves.
and the statues, do some of them appear to be bearing equipment?
All of them look like they have a weapon of some sort in hand.
Yeah, that's definitely the Medusa's work.
There's the battle.
All right. Shall we stalk through the statues sneakily towards the other side?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Proceed with the utmost caution.
All right.
Take a deep breath and cast guidance on myself first. So
Okay.
You want to try going extra sneaky through and around here?
Oh, the sneakiest.
You guys are trying to be sneaky. Give me a stealth check as you're trying to creep through this cave
prefer
of
that.
statues.
I was leading into, do we want me to cast the Pass Without Trace?
Wouldn't hurt.
oh yeah.
Do we still have bless?
No.
That's not.
No.
That lasts for a minute.
Pass without trace might be a really good idea.
Let's cast that.
Alright.
So I do want stealth
going
checks
to,
at it will be at disadvantage. For reasons.
Okay. I
Okay.
What were you gonna say, Rincewind?
My God.
I'm going to use a soul dice and bring us all in telepathically.
Gotcha.
Smart. So Dusk has a 30.
God,
Okay.
mighty.
For 3 hours.
Nice.
Dusk disappeared.
Yes, it's got 26 with the Best Without a Trace.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, Weller got a 20.
Oh, that's right. Well, you had.
Yeah, you had
Did it?
10 to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
10 to it. Best Without a Trace.
And you one from Rincewind and one from Peruvi.
I did not.
Yeah, that spell is clutch.
Yeah.
It's a disadvantage,
It will be at
but I
disadvantage.
should have guidance.
Right. Okay.
So 15 plus.
25. And a D4. 29.
So 19.
Plus 10.
It's disadvantage, right?
Right, but
Oh,
plus
plus
10
10. Oh,
because
okay.
of Pass Without Trace.
Oh, right.
And then Turvy.
How many freaking nat ones did I roll tonight?
3.
Yeah, you're using my dice, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bad today.
I rolled 2 in combat.
Well, it's
They're
disadvantage.
just popping up like crazy.
Yeah.
Still. I rolled a lot.
I had one session where I looked back and I rolled 7 nat ones during the session. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's one of those where you're just along for the ride. Just
Yeah.
like, all right, everybody else do things.
Sort of.
I'll just be here.
When I kept rolling 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
It
it's
happens. It
Turvy's.
happens.
It does.
Okay.
21.
Not bad. As you're all creeping through this area, I would say Dusk, Fungi, and Rincewind, you would notice very occasionally some of these statues, almost like the eyes on them are looking around. as you're climbing down and through all of these statues, because they're not just like lining one place, they are everywhere in this cavern.
Send to the others through the link. The statues may be aware
Good to know.
or being used to,
Sentient statue. That's amazing.
or something may be using them.
Early detection system.
Yeah,
And is that something a Medusa does?
I'm not certain.
Just for funsies, I'm going to show you the
Um,
map.
Yeah, just for funsies. Of course.
You guys are walking through it. Yeah, like, I'm not saying there's a problem, just because I don't know if I'll be able to actually do anything here. Just wanted to show you the map I worked on.
Is there any one particular soldier or statue that looks like it might be an officer or a noble,
They all look round about the same sort of
or like
style. Give me an insight check.
being a drow? Are there any women statues? I guess is what I'm.
They are all men. I would say that would be the first thing of note.
Oh. So disposable cannon fodder.
Mm-hmm.
But give me an insight check too. With a 22. They are, Rincewind, as you're looking at them, all almost identical. There's little subtle differences between each of them, but there's too many similarities to say that they're all different. Like, it's like, are they all related? Are these all brothers? It's the features and then like the chiseled jawline, and it's, some of them are almost too perfect.
So does it look like maybe some of them were worked with a chisel
It
and to
looks
modify?
like all of them have been worked, modified, carved, made. You're unsure. But it's definitely not like it's, I mean, it's hard to tell a petrified person from a statue. I would say even more so in this case because of the features. They're just too similar. But the statues, the eyes that are moving around, don't seem to notice you as you're all moving deftly. The occasional clatter from Fungi as he trips over stone is quickly muffled by the rest of you as you catch him if he were to fall, or kind of picking up on each other's, and that silence of your footsteps really helping out.
I mean, other than the mustache, how similar do they look to Weller? How much chiseling would you need?
Trying to say we all look the same.
They're
No.
honestly probably about as good looking as Weller. Weller's
I'm just
innately pretty attractive.
Oh, thank you.
Since
All
your
right. I didn't know how to
mustache
take
is-
that. Could go either way.
You got like a
If
16
your
charisma.
mustache is right.
And
You're
the,
a
mus- the,
stud
mu-
drow.
the mustache adds a lot more to it, so you would imagine,
Especially
you
The
know,
now that it's
gold
golden.
mustache.
these are above average looking drow men.
So would the gold mustache turn to stone, I wonder? That would be a fantastic statue.
If the entire statue was stone, but the mustache was still gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's divinely inspired, that could very well happen.
I thought you were talking
Let's
about
find
my
out.
mustache turning to stone. I was like, my face just droops.
But as you pass through this area, somewhat living statues possibly, unaware of your existence, you go through another sort of narrow cave at the end of here, leading to a You would see light from bioluminescent fungi refracting through large crystal formations erupting from the floor here ahead of you, creating a kaleidoscope of colors on the surrounding walls. Crystals are semi-transparent, slightly distorting images seen through them. And in this space here ahead of you, you see a statue of a gnome cowering near a crystal outgrowth. Looks like he's holding a broken crystal in his own hands. This cave is an intersection of two other passages as well. Seeing the classic night lights in here help illuminating this cave even further. Still dim.
Okay.
Sneak up to the gnome statue and
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah, I want to see that stone.
The statue is holding a... Looks like it's raising a crystal towards its face as if it was looking through it. The crystal is still crystal. And you would see several of these crystals in larger forms up here, kind of refracting light and being semi-transparent here too.
Are they similar to crystals we've come across before?
These ones are a little more muddied, and they don't produce light.
Did he try to use the? Does it look like he tried to use the crystal as like a welding hood?
It's hard to tell what his intentions were, but it looks like he's holding it up like he's trying to look through it, like it's like he's trying to look through like a lens.
Maybe one of you skilled with magic could examine it. If this is indeed a petrified gnome, this obviously didn't help him, but it seemed to be important.
I can take a look. Guess we should approach and look at it carefully.
Give me a nature check.
Nature check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got +3. Nope.
It's a muddy crystal.
Can fungi try the same?
I'm going to say at disadvantage. But yeah.
Do it, fungi. It's all about you. Do it.
On nature boy.
Oh, you know, hold on, wait. Let me try and boost that a tiny bit. I'm
As
gonna
you
give a no.
have some vague memories of looking at crystals in shops in the past. Looking into it, it's an ordinary quartz, but you can still see through it, but it muddies your vision. There's nothing extravagant about it. It's a regular quartz crystal, but it's just that muddy, and it makes seeing hard.
Muddy, shiny rock.
Well, it's not that shiny. It's more muddy.
Muddy.
Yeah. It's a dull quartz.
So I wonder if that would be helpful.
Doesn't look like it was for him.
Yeah, I mean, having to hold a rock up with one hand while trying to do something else with another.
You want to risk it?
Man,
Are there other crystals like it, similar size and stuff in the area?
There's some you could chip off. Like there's large crystals in the space, but there's some smaller ones that you can easily like make like a rod, like knock a rod of a crystal off.
I'll harvest a piece that's similar to the one, try to get it around the same size the gnome was using,
Yeah.
and kind of put it in my easy to get pocket.
Yeah, crack off a little piece. Bring that little map down here that I made for you. Statues were probably about here. And this area,
Alright.
this area is here, and so you got one area that goes there and another that goes this direction. You guys are here.
Hmm. Well, shall we continue?
To your right in here looks like it goes uphill, and to your left looks like it goes downhill.
Let's go downhill first, I guess.
Are there any kind of tracks or anything on the ground? What's the ground made of? Is it stone?
stone.
Is it
There might be the occasional little bit of old cobblestone, but for the most part it's unworked, worn stone. Give me a survival check, looking for tracks and stuff.
Could
Absolutely.
betray. Oh, here he comes.
yeah?
Nate. Unfortunately, it's dark in here, even with dawn's light if you're using it, or your own, or the light from the night lights. There's too much, not enough dust on the ground, or maybe there's too much dust and your own tracks aren't there. And you don't see any particular tracks in mind.
Okay. Are these like fire pits or?
Those are old braziers. You're not in this space anymore, but yeah, and there were broken braziers.
Okay. So we're walking downhill first. Is that the plan?
I suppose that's as good as any other direction.
If you go, what did I say? Left is downhill, right's uphill.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said right was uphill.
I lied. They're actually both downhill. Sorry.
Then we go left.
Sure.
All right. As you head leftwards, very quickly, there is another kind of intersection. One that goes left and another that goes right. The one that goes left stays level. The one that goes right continues to go downhill.
Looks like that. The one to the left may lead us back to an area we've already been to.
I think we
Or
did
should we
that
go to the
tunnel.
right?
I'd say probably go to. We can go all the way up to probably that tunnel that we first saw, see if there's anything there, and then anchor our way back and go back down a hill.
When we went to bury the things, the people, the
Mhm.
remnants, that was downhill. We descended, correct?
Yeah, that was catacombs beneath the temple.
Seems to me with these people and their love of stoneworking and the earth that perhaps a holy site like the catacombs were might be further down. But it's just an idea. Doesn't seem we have a lot to go off of.
The fair assumption.
All right, then. Suppose we will then go right to proceed downward. If that works for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
Sorry.
He just hadn't gotten to roll in a while.
I know what that random D20 is. Stop it.
You never know. But yeah, if you guys take the right here and continue down this winding path, almost like stairs, but more like natural stairs, a natural slope. And very quickly, after maybe like 45 or so minutes down this way, come to another large cave with other exits. One looks like it's caved in across the way, and the other looks like it winds around the corner, unsure where it goes. But the floor in this cavern, worn smooth, walls rough. You see a great menhir carved from a stalagmite standing at the center of the chamber, pockmarked with dozens of empty sockets and might have once held gems. Other sorts of kind of calligraphy carved into this stone.
Hmm.
And it's smooth, almost like marble. It's still a little hilly, and it's not flat, but it's smooth. Like a river stone.
Turvey, you got any kind of insight?
Well, I mean, that looks like a mini, kind of like the other ones. A bit bigger, though. It's got pretty designs on it.
What does the encryption say?
I don't know. Are we gonna go up and read it?
No, we could.
This might be what we were looking for. So yeah, I guess we will cautiously approach it.
And I would say that, like, all of you except for Weller and Casmus would notice that the roughness of the walls in here outlines several large humanoid shapes, vaguely humanoid.
This may be. So when I get up to the central large, I guess you call it statue,
Mm-hmm.
and you said there's several different points on it that look like you could insert a gem.
Absolutely.
Take out the ruby and carefully examine the markings on the ruby and see if I can find markings on the large statue which might match up.
Give me a, let's say, insight check to try and discern, like, playing the circle, square, triangle, rectangle game.
$20.
The 20. And looking around it, yeah, you see a spot it could fit. Markings look similar enough. Kind of almost like a, for lack of a better term, because there's no sun down here, it almost kind of looks like reminiscent of a swirly sun with one of the, like, sun beams on the edge of it. Looks like it would fit the ruby.
Well, this looks like it could be the spot. And Dusk will look back to the group and say, we were warned that we would need to defend this area while the ruby did its work. Are we ready?
Sure you don't want to smash these statues ahead of time?
There's no statues.
No. Oh, that's right. We're not in this room.
That was like an hour and a half ago.
We're pretty far away from the statues.
Yeah. I saw the map in front of me. I just thought of it.
Yeah.
How many entrances, exits does it appear to be in?
There's the way you came.
Mhm.
There's another what looks like it used to be an exit, but is caved in. And then there's another exit that looks like it winds uphill.
Well, perhaps we spread out. Keep an eye on the exits, defend them.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll be in
prepare.
the middle. I can help cover boat and exit.
Anything
I'll
else we
hang
want to do to prep ourselves ahead of time?
I'll hang back kind of close to the one that we came in if Caspus wants to take the other one.
You want one of these big wigs? I got so many still.
It's not gonna help me much with my spellcasting.
I'm gonna eat one.
Okay.
Well, you want
Fungi
one?
gets big.
Might as well.
Toss one to Weller.
Weller eats it,
Yeah.
gets big.
Well, hopefully this isn't anticlimactic.
I'm also gonna pre-start this fungi special.
Okay.
I guess I'll
Torch
rub the
Dawn remains lit.
+2 long or short sword in the mucus of the
Poison.
Diddler.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, huh? I'll do the same to my maul.
Okay. Rubbing the mucus on the, or splattering it on your weapons and getting ready.
All right. Dusk
And-
will insert the ruby.
Just to clarify, darkness is always prepared, right?
You don't prepare spells.
That's right. Okay.
As Dusk inserts the ruby, it kind of like a suction vacuum sucking it in. Ruby immediately begins to kind of glisten and glow, kind of producing light from within the menhir itself. The walls all begin to rumble as expected. Something is happening. There's a shock wave that emanates out from it, causing rocks to kind of clatter and fall around you. Part of one wall immediately shifts and detaches, and like the wall itself charges towards you. That's where we're going to end tonight. As I'll bring you to this map. You guys can place yourselves wherever you want.
Got a wall charging towards us.
You got a wall charging towards you. So
Which wall is charging? Which
I'm not telling you.
Which
Which-
charging towards us? I mean,
This is the
Well,
one that we
you
came
got
in.
this is where you guys are prepared, and the wall's going to charge towards you no matter where you're at.
Wait, where did we came in through?
You came in through this direction, as the
This
other,
one?
yeah, the left side.
Be a little bit closer.
And the cave in is behind us.
Cave-in's to the north.
Okay.
Be over
But
there.
either way, you guys can roll initiative, but we're gonna end there tonight, folks, and pick up there next year and next week with
Aha.
with defending the men here
Still
again,
doesn't
against
roll.
against the walls. Well, roll a d20 and we'll add it.
Do
But
it.
either way, thanks for watching, folks,
23.
and we'll see you next week for more Abyss and being out of it.
Night Twitch.
Night Twitch.
Good night.
Right.